Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Flint Davis. This is going to be my first YouTube video ever. I've been on the edge of doing a YouTube for a while now. Time's finally come. Feels right. Feels like it's time to start it and get it going. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. This YouTube channel, I'm kind of going to make it, all over the place. Tips, a lot of hunting and fishing videos. Really anything you guys want to see. Today though, I'm going to talk about topwater fishing in the fall and how I kind of target places in the fall when I go to a new lake or a river or something in that nature. Gonna be a little short video here, but gonna get down to the basics and something to help you guys out in the future. So in the fall, the bait, it gets cooler outside. The bait likes to migrate to the backs of everything. So, if there's a river system on the lake, bait likes to go up the river, get in the current, and that just creates a easy feeding platform, you could say, for the bass. And two good baits I really like that time of year is a buzz bait. That's probably my favorite. This is just a regular old buzz bait with a Z-Man goat on the back. That's my favorite. This thing right here will catch you 20 bass before you need a new one. But this is my favorite. You can skip it. You can do whatever. You can put it wherever you need to put it. And just the size of it. The size of it is the size bait that the bass usually feed on in the fall. So this is one of my favorite baits right here. Catch a lot of bass on it. For rod wise, I like a 7-foot rod. 7-foot medium heavy is my favorite rod. This is a favorite Rush. I like it's a short rod, so you can get the bait, back in places. If you have a big rod, it's kind of hard to cast that bait around and get it where you really want it. That's why I like this size rod. Just again, it's a favorite Rush. It's just a 7-foot medium heavy fast, and I use 50-pound braid. And when they hit it, I like to just reel. Some people set the hook, some people do, they do different things. But for me personally, I like to just reel with that braid. And a good sized rod like this, it hooks them by themselves. You don't have to do anything. Just reel into them. And a lot of times, you'll catch them. And, with buzzbait fishing, a lot of times they'll come up to it and they won't get it all the way. So if you just keep reeling and don't set the hook, that bait will always be in the strike zone. Even if they miss it, you still have a chance for them to come back. So that's why I like this setup. 50-pound braid, again, 7-foot, medium heavy, fast, favorite Rush, and buzzbait, man. I love it. And another bait I really like is just a spook. Make really long casts with a spook. Looks like an injured bait fish on top of the water, doing like this. And it's just always been a fish catcher for me in the fall. Fish come up schooling a lot of times in the fall, so you can bond this bait up to them. You can fish shade lines in the fall. It's really just a good time of year for a spook. Some people think when it gets colder, it's time to put topwaters down, but that's when I like to pick it up. I do throw it year round, but in the fall when it gets cooler, that seems to be the time to really get to, cover a lot of water with the topwater, buzzbait, spook. And that's kind of another thing I want to talk about. In the fall, sometimes the fishing can be tough, but the way to overcome that is you can either fish really slow, which would not involve these baits, but if you want to fish really fast and cover water, in a tournament where maybe 5 fish or something throughout the day, you'll get the right bites you need. And these two baits right here are the way to get big bites as well. Yeah, 7.5 favorite Hex. You can see it right there. That's my favorite rod for a spook. Just long cast, good tip, good backbone, gets the job done every time. They miss it. That tip, like it is a fast tip, it allows a fish, even if they come up and barely get it, that tip allows them to just hold on to it a little longer. As if you had a stiff rod all the way down, it would kind of pull it out of his mouth if the fish barely got it. But a good soft tip like this, but enough backbone down towards the end of the rod here, or the beginning of the rod, that's what you need when it comes to spook fishing. So, that kind of covers it for me on the baits I like for the fall. But a couple other things I want to talk about. So if you're on a lake that you're going to and you've never been there and you're going in the fall trying to practice for a tournament or whatever it may be, like I said, if you're in a river, the bait goes up. It goes as far as it can go, maybe behind a dam. It may be eddies up in the current. You know, it kind of varies. But if you're on a lake and, you know, the river's a long ways away, or there's not really a river system with current, backs of the pockets are where the bait goes. You know, the water gets cooler first back there, so all the bait gets pushed back there. It may be this deep. It may be 6 inches deep where the bait's pushed at, which, again, these two baits come into play as well if you're doing that. But yeah, I like, you know, in the fall, I like these two baits. Fish, the bait goes to the back of the pockets, fish follow. That's my little take on fall fishing with top waters. I might dive into a couple baits here soon in a couple other videos, but that is my two favorite top water baits when it comes to fall fishing. Hope you guys learned a little something, and yeah, we're gonna see how this YouTube gig goes. Looking forward to the journey and see where we're at 10 years from now. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Go ahead and share the video. Help me grow this YouTube channel as I continue my journey as a professional fisherman. And yeah, we'll see where this takes us.